Putin warns West of nuclear war risk in annual speech.
Over 110 killed in attack on crowd waiting for aid.
Positive signs for Nghệ An businesses as orders increase.
Hello, so good to see you again in today's news. Russian President Vladimir Putin just warned NATO of the potential for nuclear if they send troops to Ukraine. He also stressed that Moscow had weapons to strike targets in the West.
These warnings were delivered in the national address to the Russian parliament, in which Putin mentioned a series of international geopolitical issues as well as domestic matters. He believes that Western leaders do not understand how dangerous their interference in Russia's internal affairs could be. They must realize that we also have weapons that can hit targets on their territory. All this really threatens a conflict with the use of nuclear weapons and the destruction of civilization. According to Putin, Russia's combat capabilities have significantly increased with extensive combat experience, a new generation of talented commanders and modernized strategic nuclear forces with the latest hypersonic technology. Putin also announced the reinforcement of military forces near NATO border following Sweden and Finland's join the alliance.
Meanwhile, more than 100 people were killed in a bloody attack on crowd waiting for humanitarian aid in the northern Gaza Strip, raising public concern over the region's serious situation.
According to Palestinian Health Authority, at least 112 people were killed and 760 wounded in the attack by Israeli forces while waiting for aid. However, the Israeli military denied carrying out the attack. The U.S. State Department said that it is urgently investigating the incident and will closely monitor the Israeli government for answers. Meanwhile, Hamas force believes that the incident could affect the negotiations for a ceasefire and exchange of hostages. At an emergency meeting of the UN Security Council on February 29, General Secretary Antonio Guterres said he was shocked by the attack and asked for an independent investigation.
Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh has approved a plan for implementing the fire prevention and fighting infrastructure planning for the period 2021-2030 with a vision to 2050, which demands maximum mobilization of resources to develop fire prevention and fighting infrastructure.
One of the requirements of the plan is to maximize the mobilization of resources and the participation of economic components in developing fire prevention and fighting infrastructure, as well as allocating resources with a focus that is suitable with the capacity to mobilize capital. The Prime Minister has instructed ministries, sectors, and the people's committees of centrally run provinces and cities to carry out procedures related to planning, publicly announce and disseminate about the fire prevention and fighting infrastructure planning for organizations and people to participate in monitoring the implementation of the approved plan.
Upcoming are sub-updated news. Nghe An Provincial People's Committee has submitted a proposal to invest in the project of building a bridge connecting National Highway 7C with Kelor Deepwater Port, with a total investment of nearly 1.8 trillion VND. The total studied length is over 3.27 kilometers. The project aims at ensuring a synchronized transportation infrastructure connecting the deepwater terminals of Kelor with the external transportation network via National Highway 7C, facilitating the large-scale maritime transportation of goods, as well as the investment and operation of Kelor Deepwater Port project, creating an attractive and effective investment environment.
Data from the Vietnam National Administration of Tourism shows that in February 2024, Vietnam welcomed over 1.53 million international arrivals, bringing the total number of international visitors in the first 2 months of the year to over 3 million, a 68.7% increase compared to the same period last year. In terms of market scale, South Korea continues to be the largest market, followed by China in second place, Taiwan in third, and the United States. The vibrant tourism activity and the results of international arrivals in the first 2 months of 2024 shows the positive recovery of Vietnam's tourism, providing the basis for the sector to achieve the goal of welcoming 18 million international visitors this year.
The ceiling price of airfares on domestic flights officially edged up on March 1st in line with Circular 34, which was recently issued by the Ministry of Transport, MO, and came into effect. Accordingly, ceiling prices are adjusted up by 5% in comparison to the previous level. According to experts, loosening the ceiling airfare will help airlines to implement flexible pricing policies, introduce more appropriate programs for customers, as well as providing passengers with diverse options for products and services in line with their needs.
After an extremely difficult period due to suspended orders, the market has heated up in the early months of 2024, with orders picking up again in many items and industries, creating motivation for enterprises in production and businesses. More in the following story. Positive signals from the US and the European markets have led to a sharp increase in both quantity and the unit price of orders at Minh Anh Đô Lương Garment Stock Company. With an exciting workforce of nearly 3,000 employees, the company is now urgently recruiting nearly 1,000 workers to meet orders scheduled until September this year.
We are looking for orders in large quantities, suitable for workers' skill. The company will recruit and support workers in the first 3 months with income from 7 to 9 million Vietnamese dongs per month.
Modern production lines, stable raw materials, and sustainable forest certificate are advantages for BVN Thành Stock Company in price negotiations with partners. In March, the company will sign the first export shipments of the year with more than 11,000 tons of tablets and at a 10% price increase compared to the end of last year. Some long-term orders of 1 to 5 years to Japan are under negotiation.
We have changed logistic plan to minimize business costs such as changing packaging, thereby reducing a large amount of labor and transportation fee. In early 2024, export sees very positive signs. We have advanced our processing technology and product quality, in the same time, expanding export market other than China.
Many businesses are receiving positive news as orders return, with factories bustling with production activities and workers clocking in overtime. These are good signals for the economy in the early months of 2024. The last story to end our program today. Thank you so much for your attention. Goodbye and see you later.